Ek onkar sat naam, ek onkar sat naam, ek onkar sat naam, Gur Prasad. Satnam ji. Ek onkar Satnam Gur Prasad comes in Gurbani, has the essence of what Gurbani Gurujis are teaching us. Now a lot of people get hung up about Ek onkar, what does it mean? Satnam, what does it mean? Yeah, and we've been looking at it for most of our life, but more we read, more definitions there are. You may have found the same. So Ek onkar, some simple translation is one God. Satnam, the true name. And then people say Vaheguru. So Satnam Vaheguru, true name Vaheguru. But it's not written like that, is it, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji? It's written Ek onkar Satnam Gur Prasad. So that comes in Gurbani, but not Ek onkar Satnam Vaheguru. Doesn't come anywhere. So what else could it mean? Ek onkar, and then Satnam. So I was reading Osho, the true name, and he said Ek onkar Satnam means that Om God, the symbol Om is the name. Is the name. So Om, he was saying, is the name that is the highest, that all saints, when they meditate, ultimately they get to a state where they're hearing Om. And some saints we've met, they do meditate on Om, and they hear it resonating throughout the universe, the sound Om. So is that what Guru Nanak Dev Ji meant? Ek onkar Satnam? Om is the true name? Well, then the question comes, well, why didn't Tantan Guru Nanak Dev Ji just write the Om symbol and put a 1 in front of it? And it's not pronounced like that. It's not pronounced Omkar, because Bhai Gurdas Ji tells us how to pronounce it. He says that Ik is Ekankara, and Om, the Ong, is Onkara. So Onkar comes in Gurbani. So by coming back to Bhai Gurdas Ji, they say that Ik is the Ekankara, the one, and Ong represents the Onkara. And in a simple way, someone explained very nicely that Ek onkar, Ek, if you look at, it means the one God, and we believe, so monotheistic religions believe in the one God, like Islam, Judaism, Christianity, they all come from the same root. They believe in a monotheism, one God, but their one God is outside of the creation, the creator. So they believe in the creator is separate from the creation. So that's monotheistic. So the Ek in Ek onkar represents that, the Ek onkar, the Ek. And you could say the Nirgun embodiment of God, that he's outside of all these attributes, these qualities, name, shape, form. He's outside of that. So when people meditate, Tantan saints meditate, they'll go into they'll describe a body of light, God's body of light, Nirgun Sarup. They merge into that. So that's beyond the creation, the physical. And that's what monotheistic religions believe in. Not the merging, but the fact that God is one and outside the creation. But then if you look at Hinduism, they believe that the universe, the whole creation, the creator is embodied in it in the form of the three demigods, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. Vishnu, Shiva, getting mixed up. So the three gods, and each of their names if written in the Devanagari script, if you take the first initial, it effectively makes the symbol of Om. So Om, the symbol, is actually the first letters of the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, put together to make that symbol. So when someone says Om, they're remembering those three gods. And those three gods are said to be the creator, sustainer and destroyer. So those energies, which is basically what the creation is running under. The creation is created every day, new leaves, new trees, new skin cells, every day sustaining, something gets born, flower blossoms, lives a while, sustained, and every day destroyed, comes to an end, the energy goes round. So then what someone described was that then in Hinduism, the creative forces, they can own Om, which are represented by Om, God. It only exists as long as the creation exists. So if the creation disappeared, they would disappear as well. And now Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying no, even if the creation isn't there, there's still Ik, the creator, outside of it. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji said these creations have been made so many times. Khel khela, khel khelan, ant ko fir ek. So God has created this play, this creation again and again and again, and in the end, He remains one. So Ik onkar is actually saying yes to the monotheistic religions, yes, there is a creator outside of the creation. And onkar is saying, yes, the creator is also part and parcel of the creation, which we can call the Sargun Sarup, and the Ik is the Nirgun Sarup, and the whole thing together makes sense. So that's Ik onkar, that is one all-pervading God, creator, who resides within the creation, and He's beyond the powers of just creating, sustaining and destroying, which is Om. So it's much higher than Om. So that's where the people meditating on Om get stuck. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, once you accept the oneness, that we're all one, we're all connected, we're all from the one, we're part and parcel of it, Sat Naam. So Sat Naam is Sat, is the name, truth is the name. And Sat, it can have two meanings depending on how it's spelled. So Sat, the way it's written, the roots come from a Sanskrit word, Sat and Satya. And Sat, just the Sassa and the Tatta, without the Sahari. So if it was written like that, which it isn't, then it just means exist, reality. But it's actually written Satanam with a Sahari before the Tatta, and that's a shortened form in Gurbani of the word Satya. And Satya in Sanskrit means truth. So truth, so Sat there means truth. And truth means something that's permanent, always, forever. So when Guru Nanak Dev Ji later says in the first slok, Aad Sach, Jugad Sach, Habi Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach, 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 Sach. Do you understand? So this one all-pervading creator who's in the creation is the truth. And that truth has always been, is here and always will be. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says in the first verse of Japji Sahib, at the beginning of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, give Sachara Hoya. So how do I become truthful? That's the whole quest, the whole purpose. So this being is the truth, always been truth. Truth is permanent, and I'm just a mortal who's not permanent, who's going to disappear in the creation. But how do I merge into the Ik, the Nirgun, which is permanent, which is truth? Give Sachara Hoye, give Gure Tutte Palan. How does my veil of falsehood, this illusion that I am someone, I'm separate from the universe, how does that get torn apart? Like Einstein said, man thinks that the universe is out there and points at the sky. Man thinks the universe is out there and points at the sky, but thinks he's separate from it. But if you were on the, at the edges of the universe and looking back at the earth, be a tiny dot, you wouldn't see me or you or anyone, would you? You'd think that's part of the universe. So sometimes we forget we're just a small speck, but we comprise this universe. Just like every dust or grain of sand on the beach is important to make that sandy beach. So Sat Naam, and then Naam is name. So that the name of this oneness is truth. That's a very simple level. Another level of Naam is awareness, kind of consciousness, that this is truth consciousness. So this one being, it's the highest consciousness, it's the life force in everything, and the highest aspect of life, the highest consciousness is called truth consciousness. So when Guru Nanak Dev Ji, so Babaji used to say, you can call it Christ consciousness, because Jesus Christ merged into that highest truth. Or you can call it truth consciousness, or you can call it Nanak consciousness. So that's the highest part of ourself. The highest part of ourself we can merge into is the truth consciousness. So when we say onkar Sat Naam, we're recognizing that part, the creator in the creation, and is the highest truth consciousness, which is also the highest part of us. But so far, even explaining all of this, trying to understand it at an intellectual level, is still food for the mind. But how does it become food for the soul? How does it become food for the soul that it actually, we can, how do we get to truth consciousness? So that's where the Gur Prasad comes in. Gur Prasad. So Babaji used to say, the closest the creator comes into creation is in a Pargatiya Jyot. So that divine soul, like Tan Baba Nanak Ji, when God manifested in him, that light manifested inside them, that was Pargatiya Jyot, like a match gets lit. That Pargatiya Jyot so the Pargatiya Jyot is when the Nirgun, the Ek, the creator, manifests in the heart of the one who loves him. Gobind Pao Pagat Ka Pukha. Gobind, God is hungry for the love of his saints. The one that becomes as pure as God in thoughts, words, deeds, actions, then one day that light manifests, it blossoms, and then God takes over. No more ego, God takes over. And that's the closest God comes into the creation. Otherwise he's Ajuni, unborn. But he does manifest. And when that God manifests in a heart of a divine soul, that's also in Gurbani, that's called avatar. God has taken